guest, young Flemish Olivier, and the nominees are producer.
Loren Bouchard.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Show
John
13
Brendon,
Commentary
Brendon
Track.
Small,
with
Jack
Almost.
Ferraiolo.
Here we
Back
are.
again.
Commentary on
There we
Show
are.
13.
Having a lot
Coming at you.
Coming at you.
This episode called Brendon's Choice.
That was the original Home Movies theme, by the way, that we
Yes.
just sang.
Yeah.
And,
But we found it only worked for Show 13.
It only worked for Show 13. Yeah, so we decided not to. This is I think.
We can't sink.
So what's this one about?
This is
This one is the first one where we brought the dad sort of in as an element.
Yeah, this is a big episode because we've been talking about the dad for a long time, and like the whole idea of home movies to a degree, we kind of discovered as we were going is that it's a story about a kid who
Made home movies.
made home movies, but like basically got to control his own kind of universe through this camera, you know, because to get over the divorce.
That's not what the show's about.
And
But that's a.
but we always said
interesting
that like it was
theory.
probably the
It's
dad.
not what the show is.
It was the dad that gave him the camera and kind of gave him like this, you know, through this traumatic
And the
separation.
award goes to...
Yeah.
You know, it's a funny thing.
Why are you hugging me?
To mention.
I'm
just 'cause
okay.
It feels good.
And
I'm
fine.
I'm
I
also
don't-
cold.
I'm not.
It's all right to hug.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, but
And
you're
to not.
forcing
Well, stop trying to get away.
me to hug you.
Stop. Just relax.
Why? I'm none of all of it. Why is it about me? My parents are still together.
Well, that was the thing also about
had a
home movies.
perfectly great
Just on
childhood.
a factual note is that everyone's, for the most part,
Why are you
I
giving
think
me
most,
money?
most
I
of the
don't
people's
need your
parents were
money.
together, and it's a show about divorce.
Keep doing it like that
Yeah.
for the rest
Oh
of
dear.
Okay.
Did you guys get that,
I
the
think
audience? I'm
in
sure you
the-
might understand
I
that.
think in the
but-
end it is a show about.
Gets mangled.
I think it's about one kid's.
Excuse me. Hi.
Uh,
Hi, I'm Dixie
struggle.
from Channel 1 News, and I wanted
Who's playing
to
that?
congratulate you.
That's
kids
a
on
girl
your-
from like Improv Asylum.
I'd love to do a piece
remember
on
that?
you three
Yeah.
kids.
I think.
You mean beat us
I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
No, of course not.
I know she's got a first name and a last
Do a
name.
story on us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen too
I
often in
think
home
it's
movies, so we don't remember who was on the show.
I'm sorry.
But
I feel bad.
but what I was going to say is that I think the camera was a gift by the father to kind of buy off his kid as he kind of like split from the family and split kind of like was kind of out of the picture.
Right.
So and so he just got to kind of be able to be in control of something, which was these movies as
She's
his kind
kidding, we
of.
broke up.
It's like the Hiltons. Like the Hilton sisters.
It's a lot like the
a lot of
yeah.
it.
Or the.
Right.
Right. Another way, and also from the sort of
Kennedy.
in the big picture, it's just
Right.
nice that as we went along, we discovered there was more depth to these characters, which was
We kind of got to
really
figure them out. Yeah.
great that we could just kind of
Yeah, and the show kind of
Start to
changed as we
explore
figured
the
out.
backstory.
Right, exactly. It was just an exploration. And I think the whole second season is when we explored a lot more. We tried to.
yeah, a lot of exploration.
Yeah, a lot of exploration. Yeah, maybe
Lot of
too much.
exploration,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is Paula Plum. This
In
Principal
and
Plum.
out of the show. A lot of exploration.
Yes,
going
sure.
on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we recorded nude a lot of the time in
Yep.
home movies.
Yep.
In fact,
A lot of
I
strange
understand you
things
lift
going
up
on.
that section
This is
of the evaluation
Paula Plum
for
again,
the
as the
reviewer's
principal, who was also. You might
Right.
recognize her voice as
policy
the lady from the
necessary
couple who
for you
owned the
to
cat
attend
Alexandra
anger
from
management therapy.
episode 4.
If you refuse, you'll be terminated. Am I
Oh,
clear?
that's right.
This
Anger
is
management.
anger management, right.
management.
Mr.
Oh,
This
he's
is
mad.
way before the movie Anger Management.
That is way before.
And we did have a small
That's a yes.
lawsuit that we did not
Yeah.
win. No.
Coffee, anybody? Because I'm
Jonathan Katz.
Jonathan Katz
as
was in
Eric.
a lot of
Oh yeah.
shows.
Yes, he was.
First
And
season,
then
yeah.
he sort of. He
Cream.
never saw him again after.
That is not true.
No,
He's
we
in-
saw him
he's in
often.
throughout.
I
think
think
he's in each
maybe our budget
series,
was
season.
bigger, or we spent more money as we kind of kept going.
Or he
somehow.
charged more in the later seasons.
Or he raised his price. Look at there's actual time code
Well, I
on the
think we
Oh
bottom.
my God! Double time code.
Yeah.
We
For
started.
us, we see the time code.
There
but
were
the audience
a
won't, yeah.
list of people that we wanted to
Just
use
come
as
in here.
we went on.
I'm sorry.
We had a limit of people that we could
Right,
use.
yeah,
for
yeah.
our voice wasn't
And it got bigger in the.
We kept wanting to put more people on the show to because
different people. Yeah, Sam Cedar who I got on.
Yes.
Sam Cedar.
Cedar.
a lot.
It's Fenton.
Yeah, he's Fenton, who shows up in season 2 for the
Right.
first time in the party episode, right?
So as we started like discovering your
I'd like to get a
characters.
present for my
Yeah, yeah.
Yvonne Lendl, the tennis
Ivan
player.
Lendl,
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, this is a kind of a
Tom DeLuise.
Tom
Yeah.
DeLuise.
Peter DeLuise, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I always get those two confused.
So you're saying that if I wrote this story, I
Oh, this is
bring
the,
the most powerful
This
man.
is the movie that they make.
Yes.
Here's a guy that doesn't remember the show. This is we're inside of one of their movies. Okay. Clearly, because they're behaving differently. That's one of the characters talking to the
It
other.
wouldn't make
yes,
sense if
of
they were
course.
wearing hats and trench coats.
No, not in the actual world, but if they were in the movies. Yeah. The animation, I think, starts to step up a degree, like in the latter episodes of the first season. I think you can already tell that there's a little bit more care taken.
A lot
You
of,
know,
The more commentary you do, the more like a bunch of old men sitting around talking. Because,
It may.
and then there's great
Look at that
times
zebra.
we had. There's so much
Yeah, just a lot of just like
fun doing
thinking sounds.
cartoons that we don't do.
I miss the camaraderie.
Whoa, look at that. Pull back to
I sense
reveal.
that your character.
There were a lot of pullbacks to reveal in scripts. I remember I remember writing a lot of pullbacks
Nothing
to
wrong.
reveal.
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with it.
PBTR.
Nothing
No,
wrong with it.
pullback to reveal.
They're watching the movie, then they're watching them
The watching the movie. There was a lot of the watching
Clever.
the movies. Kind of.
Of the zebra.
There's my knuckles
Does
cracking.
it represent redemption
Yeah.
for your character?
It's like turned into literally an old folks home.
Yeah.
Boy, you
We're not
said
so old, are we? Yeah, we are.
it. No.
Completely.
Do you know,
I'm literally.
How old? Do you remember how old you were
slumped over
when we started doing home
exhausted.
movies?
Yeah, and
You were
Yes, I was
29,
29.
which is I'm 29 now. I was 23. I remember when we did the
Really?
pilot,
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
Yeah.
I mean, I really am.
I was actually like I was 1 year out of college from Berkeley, and I was doing comedy. I remember, and
God, 1 year out of college, I was doing something decent for the world.
what were you doing?
I would assume I was in the Peace Corps or something.
You assume you were?
Yes.
What do you mean
You
you
probably
assume
were in the Peace Corps.
Yeah, or like AmeriCorps or one of those
Wait, you probably were. You,
après college
My sandbox because
things.
I like
this is
Here's you as Jason.
Here's you as Jason. Do you remember
When you were
Jason?
over
Yeah, I wasn't going. I didn't like. I'm gonna.
Really?
cartoon.
The desert.
let's move on.
I didn't think I was gonna do a cartoon either. I thought I was.
I have to talk to you
Oh,
about the
man.
movie.
I really thought I was gonna be the next.
You're playing a
that's
lot
what you
of different
did.
characters in this movie.
Yeah, I played
The next Jeff
11
Foxworthy.
characters, 8 of them.
So I was hoping to be. Yeah. I was going to act. That was my plan was after college I'm gonna screw around in Boston, do a little comedy, and then I'm gonna go in the South and learn about what's funny about rednecks, and then
Right.
parlay that into a true like half-hour, 40-minute act,
Yeah.
and
Sometimes cats come
then
in
coast off that for the rest of my life as a false Southern.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Anger management class.
Anger management class.
Clearly was going to park there, and I was pretty.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's my voice.
Really?
Which is yeah.
Great looking character.
That's a good character. Yeah.
Kick his ass.
That's Mitch Hedberg. Mitch
Man,
Hedberg,
he
yeah,
is like
yeah.
a rash all over this season.
Yeah.
You kick his ass or you hit his
Let's
car.
find out what Larry
That's a nice thing to say, but
Yeah.
God, that
No, he
guy's
was
like a
great.
rash.
He was great. Look, that's how often
He was
we
This
get.
squiggle vision does mess with my eyes. I'll
What's
tell
the
you.
pipe?
You know, because I get migraines. Do you guys ever get migraines?
I did when I was a
I
kid.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, I get them still, but like especially since I got my dog. But I get them and like it makes me feel like I'm getting one.
You get more migraines because you have a dog?
I got
It's
more because it was
watching
just,
Squiggle Vision.
no,
That's what you're saying.
no, I never got one watching it. It just makes me it makes me feel like my eyes are kind of messed up a little bit because that's what happens is like your vision kind of like you get this thing called an aura. Either that or I'm contacting the dead. I'm not sure.
Why do you?
Before you ever got a migraine, when I knew you, you called me Loren, and then you got a migraine, and then after that,
I call you Loren.
No, it was nice to
interesting.
finally.
Loin?
For me.
He felt
Oh.
good is good.
Lauren? What did you call him? before?
Lauren? Hey,
Lauren.
Lauren.
I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. Then something happened. I corrected my.
That might have been a stroke,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a migraine.
Maybe it was a stroke. They're kind of like little mini strokes to me.
Yeah, you have like a.
But if you want to contact BrendonSmallMigraine.com, I'll be talking about. If you want to contact it, the .com. That doesn't make any sense. I have a migraine.
You can't just pretend
No,
to get
just
one.
don't talk. Just can you guys just not talk for a little bit? Seriously, like it hurts my head to hear you guys talk right now. Just stop talking.
Well, we can't do this.
Yeah,
if you
well,
have-
commentary.
we're gonna
I
have
have
to
to
work something out because it's uncomfortable
Do you
for
want a
my
glass
head.
of water?
Why don't you go leave and?
Well, I don't want to move. See, I shouldn't move. I should just be in a dark
Your
area.
husband.
my migraine and just me and maybe you guys. It makes me feel good that you're here just to be here. But you have to be quiet.
But that's not fair to everybody
Who's watching
who's
the
listening.
commentary.
To
It's not
this.
fair that I get migraines.
I agree with you,
fair
but
that I get
then you
migraines?
have to. I mean, it's not fair.
What am I doing? Ruining everybody's good time because I don't feel good?
Potentially.
No. But people are expecting to hear
Pardon-
commentary.
well, pardon
that
me
you
for-
can't just tell
well,
everyone
pardon
who's
me
doing commentary
For
to
not
stop.
feeling so good.
Stop the film here for a second.
Sure.
I'm not
Sorry.
discriminating against you because you get
To
migraines.
follow at times,
I just don't think
this
you
film
should
is
tell us that we
extremely
can't talk
creative.
Well,
anymore.
there is a migraine discrimination fundraising thing that I'd like to mention right now. I would see it'd be so much better if I knew how to speak English because I could pull off stuff like that.
Right,
Like
no.
there's a, like if I were like good with words, I could go like well, you know what, something, there's a migraine fundraising organization. Like even that would be just contact. Then I'd have to come up with that information. That's really like just strong. That's preparation work
So what about your dad?
Yeah, I
bet
don't have
he's
time for
pretty
that.
creative too, huh?
on the
Let's
fly.
grab a small strip.
So she just mentioned the father, and then we cut to him saying nothing,
Brendon, are you okay?
and he's thinking about
That's right,
it.
big-
Right?
I'm
That's
fine.
right.
We project a lot of what he's thinking, what we're thinking onto him. We assume.
Good baby shot right
It's
there.
a great baby shot. It's a great baby shot. The baby shrunk. The baby is smaller.
Mommy to clean up, didn't you, huh? Yes, you did.
He's got
You made a
pockets.
mess. You did.
Oh dear Lord, is there another dead animal in the floorboards?
No, that's.
This is an episode I think.
That what?
I think Bill. That looks like my dog right there. Bill Broadus, I think, wrote the script for this one.
You know that
I
guy?
think.
Yeah.
Because usually on the last one, what we would do is like pretty much we'd pair up and write every other scene.
Father.
And there was kind of a fun rhythm that happened there. Like I would take care of one
Nothing.
storyline, and he would take care of another, and we would just kind of like
Father.
go back and forth.
Use sentences, please.
Well, Dixie's been
Synergy.
asking me a lot of personal questions, like how
Makes
creative
total
is, you know,
synergy.
my
Yeah,
father,
really
and,
is.
you know, I don't really know how to answer those.
Yeah, no, that's what it's all about. Okay.
Well, I was going to
Synergy.
call him to tell him about the award, so
yeah.
I'll just
Gotta bring it.
call and tell
So
him.
you do a
Together.
cartoon in a vacuum.
Okay,
That's my
that's
point.
Two
He'll call,
lobes of
you
a
know,
brain,
whatever,
Yeah.
it's
the
fine.
heart,
Thank
and like
you.
a large intestine,
I will not.
small
Yeah.
intestine. No.
Oh, there's
I
my
can
little
use
say,
small
like,
sister.
pancreas
The
and the
girl's all nice
kidneys.
and clean, isn't
I get
she?
3 2 things.
Oh,
Mom, can you never talk like that again, please?
sorry.
Was that? Oh, that was.
You know what's amazing is the things that we would always say like in the movies what we can do and what we can't do, and sometimes we would say like they're kids, they don't have this much.
What's that?
Oh yeah,
Rack
it's a
focus.
phone,
Okay.
right?
Hello.
Rack focus, right? That was a really extreme rack focus too. It looked really good.
That was too much.
That was too much. That's
Yeah.
Benjamin. Yeah.
I think there was a lot.
I
of
say
too
not
much.
enough.
No, a
I
lot
say
of
really blurry it, so it's so
Say not
blurry that.
enough.
very excessive.
Yeah.
Brendon.
Oh, but I think one conversation we always say when we're kind of doing the movie parts of home movies
Indulgent.
is what's available to them, and they usually the animators.
The logic
we
of
leave
the-
that to the
yes,
animators
The logic of the kids'
who
world.
Yeah.
who like they'll take
Butterfly.
cardboard things up and just
Another butterfly.
and mess around with stuff, but it's amazing what kids can actually do for very cheap now with like iMovie and a DV camera
Yes.
and special effects. Like
Yeah.
even like you can really do a lot of amazing
When you
things
think
that
of,
like
like-
we didn't allow for them to do.
No.
You know.
There's no iMovie.
When you
Like,
think of
there
the
was-
poor kids who made this for very little money.
Right.
This cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Now there's
kids
a
are
cartoon.
making stuff for much cheaper
Right.
and are getting paid more.
Right. Did you guys get paid for home movies?
I never got
Yeah, I never got paid either.
Did you?
I know you blame your
No.
father for a lot of
You?
things, and maybe it is all his fault.
Yeah. You would know.
I
I think
had
you'd probably
no
know
idea.
if you got paid or not.
Anyway,
I
don't
mean,
make the same mistakes I
I
did.
mean,
maybe a little bit.
Yeah, Jack.
What does John care?
Well, like this morning, I put
Man, I don't.
Drop
You,
in the bucket, right?
Yeah. I mean, you make so much money.
I mean, I don't need
You're still
money.
getting like
I don't
pulling
need. I don't
lots
live
of
the way
residuals
maybe
from-
you people live. I don't need money to
prevent
get
us from
by.
doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Program
You
us
gotta
to
try
make
food.
fun
What do you
of
need?
milk cereal.
I mean, I'm in a community of people who we don't
It all
use
goes in the
money.
same place. You know the
You
old
do?
saying.
Yeah.
You are?
No, that's it.
Yes.
Voiceover?
Point
What
is,
do you
women,
use?
Give your father a
I'm
chance.
voiceover people.
What do you
Jane,
use?
would you prefer
We
to get
are
my
do it
car
just
or
all
drive you up and
natural.
down the field? Huh?
So we use just like what?
Au
Do you
naturel.
like barter with
How about that? Now drive right
stuff,
up
or like what do you do?
Labor.
Is it like labor trade?
Where do you live?
We're Americans.
China, Janine.
Right.
Just
Okay.
doing things the right way.
Like, where do you live?
Like what though? I mean,
Okay, this
Outside
is
of
our
Salt
current
Lake
work in
City.
progress. It's a comedy
Okay.
about a beautiful
Oh,
young
so I
girl,
see.
the daughter of
What
a
do you mean you see?
self-serve
Yeah,
gas
I
station
mean,
Okay.
I just
who, through a
That's
series of
interesting.
Know what
bizarre
that's
mishaps,
all
ends up
about.
being mistaken
I don't
for
know what
bizarre,
you know.
mishap
mean by
ends
that.
up being
Well, I mean,
mistaken
I've heard
for a princess and is kidnapped
Whatever.
by a bunch of inept, over-the-hill mobsters who
That's
are
a better
trying
looking story.
No, that was the
Don't
good, the
say
great
it.
Then
thing
the
about
actual.
to and retire.
that was the great thing about home movies was how much money we all made from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want, get your own cartoon on Home Movies Network.
Cartoon
Sorry, I
called-
realized. Get a cartoon. Oh, this is okay. Here's what nobody knows: is the guy that McGurk has a confrontation with is actually David Cross.
You think no one knows that?
I don't think because I've gotten emails from people who say like, dude, Home Movies is awesome. You ever think about using David Cross? So, I think that people don't know that. That's
him?
David Cross, yeah.
Oh, good, you can read. Yeah, apparently you can't.
Hey, look, pal, why don't you shut your pipe before my foot
Yeah.
clogs it?
Oh, is
That's
that
a funny
threat?
line. Is that a threat or a poem? That was an improvisational.
Well, it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
No,
Do you
no,
remember
no,
that?
You know what?
I don't.
No,
I don't
see?
even literally remember. We had this discussion.
Yeah, you don't remember David Cross being in there, but he was in town for something.
Now,
And
what did you call me?
You know what? I'm not talking to you.
Oh! Now you think
it's
you're
terrible
better than
acting
me, is
on
that
his
it?
part.
It is.
You know,
On both.
I mean, on
Yeah,
both
you
parts.
guys
I mean, it's
A
just
lot of
kinda-
bad acting.
you take
Sync it
two
up.
weak actors together and they just fuel off of each other's like.
You
kind
think
of
you're
like,
gonna get something great.
Magic,
when
you
put
think-
two
yeah,
but it's
bad
just,
actors.
just kind of
Yeah.
misleading each other constantly.
It's way better than putting a great actor and a bad actor.
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Get two
Put
bad
two
actors,
bad actors
and
together.
watch them just slowly crumble.
You know that something great will come from it.
Something very far removed funny
Honest.
out of the.
All you do is make me
I like this guy on the
He's
right. That's really
hilarious.
funny. He's so angry.
tell me that's my problem. But I'll tell you, I think it's you. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say I'm mad because I'm just a mad person. I'm an angry person. But that's not it. It's you.
Tell me.
And the commentary went down.
Yeah, well, that's funny.
It's a funny scene. It is a funny scene.
Coach McGurk. We start to learn a lot about Coach McGurk over
He's
over the
he
episodes.
willingly gives up very embarrassing moments of
That's
his
right.
life,
That
which
is a
kind
good way to
of
say it.
makes him very sympathetic
Yep.
for such a terrible person.
There was so much
400 films together.
terrible stuff going on in my real life
At the
during-
time, is
at
that
this
true?
time.
Still impressive.
Yeah.
What
And
was the longest film you've
I
ever
just
made?
He
thank.
just gave it all, put it in.
I
channel
have
it
so much
But we
gratitude
left the camera
toward.
running
I'm
accidentally,
sorry.
so it's a pretty big chunk
Oh
of
my
it.
gosh! Are you actually crying?
I'm okay. I just have so much. I thank
Oh my! Go ahead and say
Scientology
it.
every day of my life now
I
for
thought you were gonna
saving.
thank the whole movies.
No,
Yeah, I
I
thought you were
mean,
gonna give us
you
a
guys
pat on the back.
were
Yeah.
part of it. You were the reason why I spiraled out of control.
Oh,
And
I thought we were
when I
helping you.
came back
All right.
through the teachings of the great L. Ron Hubbard,
Way to
It-
move up the field, Janine.
and I do thank you. I thank you for making it horrible for me in order to find what I needed to find to pull myself into a
Willabo
better
again in the
world.
back with the number one. Willabo doing a very funny thing on the benches.
All right, very good. Keep it going.
Him right there.
Yep.
Remember that was
Yeah.
very funny. So
Yelling.
funny.
Yep.
You have to know a little bit
Got a
about
mouth on his
soccer in
foot.
order
A member
Yeah.
of the American
He does know a
Repertory
little
Theater.
bit.
He is
The
actually.
ART theater.
Yes, the ART.
Cambridge.
So is Paula
Is
Plum. Actually. Yeah, Paula Plum is too, right?
Easy
Yeah,
to get
Paula
into.
Plum.
Pretty much sign a sheet. And yes, then all of a sudden you're
Make a
in
donation.
Marat Sad,
Yeah.
or some other play.
He's a very talented stage actor, though. Blah blah blah. What a horrible group of people we are.
He
Hard. We
He's
did
a very
13
good.
We didn't do
Yeah.
13. We did 8 episodes.
We did 8, but we're not doing so bad. You're
No,
learning
he used
a
to give
little
me.
bit.
Willabo used to give me free tickets to the worst plays
Yes.
Is that
I've
true?
ever
Yes,
seen.
there are a few.
Yes. Well,
It's nice of him.
repertory theater occasionally will have.
I remember seeing him on stage and being very impressed by him.
He's blah blah blah.
Just kidding. But it is true. It's true. He's talented. He's beautiful.
McGurk.
Oh, Miss Plum, you look
He's
sorry. Winning isn't everything.
Well,
he'll
they played
surprise you.
Well, the kids try. That's what
Like-
I insist.
I was talking
He'll
about
hide
the other-
behind a
That was funny.
But you
sofa
showed me
when you
something,
walk into the
McGurk.
room.
You controlled your
and
anger.
surprise you.
Rest. I've decided you can stay on as soccer coach.
Wow. Well,
Keep up the good work, McGurk.
Yeah.
I'll be watching you.
That's illegal.
It's come to So this is the final episode of the first season, and it's just like any other season of home movies. We never know if we're getting. We had probably one of the worst contracts in the world, wherein they had 2.5 years to get back to us. Yeah, where like so we'd sit there like duh, like for like I hope they call us and tell us that they're gonna give us another season, but we'd be sitting around and basically trying to.
Oh
find
right,
out
I remember. Yeah.
But we do know for a fact, right, that the second season is going to be released on DVD.
Yes,
That's true.
indeed.
So by
Oh,
buying
really?
this disc, this set of discs,
You were
you are
investing in
contributing.
another disc that you have to buy.
Yes, and you are hopefully
Separately.
bringing
Yeah.
up the budget
By-
just a
yeah,
hair,
by-
just a smidge.
Have you ever wondered where
For
And
the
then
extra.
someday
Yes.
we can all become rich.
No.
Yes, no, read between the lines, people.
No. All we want is maybe
recipients
to
of this year's
do
Young
to have
Film
$1 million budget. Is that so much to ask?
Oh, we get a bigger budget for the next one, so that we can
Very
have.
young.
for the extras.
But let me
Yeah.
tell you,
Then we
if
can get
these
somebody,
kids are the future
you
of
know.
movies, then
We need
hold
somebody
on
to
your
write these
popcorn,
commentaries.
because we're
Interesting
in
and
for a
appealing.
crazy
Just punch
ride.
Just
Yeah.
punch up, yeah.
Thanks, Disky.
Yeah.
And speaking of crazy rides, here's Stormy
This is
Weather
a-
ahead
It's
with
Willowbow
the latest
again.
on Deadly Tornado
Cliffhanger
Stormy.
episode.
Weird
that
to
we
do the
did.
news.
It's kind of is.
Oh,
Those
look
are
at that pan.
That's kind of a switch pan. Yeah. Switch
So
pan.
things are getting a little like more
Technical, yeah.
sophisticated.
Yeah, a lot of that is animators,
animation
animators
side.
pioneering
That's right.
Damon Wong. Yeah.
Wait for
Davio.
the
So this is the
second
sort of
season when
this
we're in
is the
Flash. too.
transition.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the part, like the phase in home movies that I call the eruption.
Oh yes,
Flesh
yes, yes.
colored
I remember
phone.
you wrote an
Big
article.
essay
tense
about
moment,
that.
the
you're
flesh
right.
colored phone here.
For,
This is this is a cliffhanger that
for
didn't
stuff-
get resolved.
stuff
in
Kind of
the
yeah.
fourth episode of or like 6th or 7th episode of season 2. Right?
Hello?
Right.
When
And
things are
big,
getting
sort of serious music.
yeah.
It's more of a rock band thing. I remember
you'll
for some
see,
reason
I
I was really fighting for that, just to end it with something different that wasn't the same kind of goofy kind of home movies thing, because we wanted it to be like, oh cool, he finally gets in touch with his dad.
And you'll find that after this season, the next season, things are going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I think he's gonna find it.
That I think the worm may turn.
The worm may turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that expression. I've learned a lot of expressions from hanging out with you guys.
Oh, I mean,
Are we still rolling?